Hello, everyone. I'm back. I know you've been like, did Crystal just quit? Crystal been going through some things. Hello, my name's Crystal Lee. This is We Are Magic. And this is another podcast episode. How many times can I smack my lips? Let's find out. So I know YouTube is cutting down on the spicy language. I will try to be as mindful as possible not to say spicy things, okay? I have good news. When I was on vacation back in my hometown in Charleston, West Virginia, I had an interview. Now, y'all know I work a full-time job, so this isn't the full-time gig. This is a side hustle. You know how I talk about manifestation. I talk about changing your mindset. I talk about all these things. And I'm about this life. I'm not doing this for views. I'm not doing this to get clout or anything. I'm literally trying to help you. Help yourself. I'm giving you the same tools I use for my life. And if it doesn't work out for me, then it's just more work I need to work on. But the stuff works. I mean, it's just proof, okay? I had an interview. With my job, is for a promotion. I had another interview from another office, and I had that interview when I came back to New York. And it was the best interview I've ever had in my life. I knew instantly this was my soul tribe. I knew this was the job. I knew this is what I've been working so hard for since 2014. When I tell you I've been passed over for promotions, I have been discriminated against, I've been through hell, I have been just done unfairly. And when I tell you, I felt like Big Sean. So in the interview, I was under the inclination I had a job. Like we just vibed, we clicked. Like I told them I feel like I found my soul tribe. They said they felt like they found me. And it was just, we almost forgot it was an interview. It was just that personal. They let me be myself. And I showed them, I was like, this is me. I want you to know the true me. I'm not gonna be fake about it. Of course, I'm professional when I need to be professional. I'm not silly, but you know, I wanted them to see my personality. And you know, I'm a lot for some people. I get it. I'm a lot. And if you can't handle me, you can't handle me. This crew could handle me. So, loved their energy. They loved my energy. And make a long story short, I got the job. Big promotion, okay? I'm going to tell you how big a promotion this is. In 4 years from now, I will be making $96,000 a year. Now, I know for some people, you're like, oh, I make that with nothing. Well, I don't, okay? I have never, ever made this much money in my entire life, all right? With the job that I've had, all the jobs that I've had. So this is huge for me. And this is huge for my boys, my sons. It's huge for my family. It's huge for my goals to financial freedom. I get to save money. I get to get out of debt. I get to travel the world like I want to now. Like I get to experience life instead of just working to pay bills. Like I don't want to live like that, and I'm not going to live like that anymore. So it's pretty big. I'm shocked because spirit, when I say spirit, I mean my higher self, you know, the universe, God, whatever you relate to, your angels, your ancestors, your spirit guides. So when I say spirit, that's all in one, okay? Because we're all one in source. Creator, the Most High. You know I deal with Kali Ma. Last night, it's so funny. People, you got to have a personal relationship with your higher self because they're you. Back in 2019 is when I invited my higher self to enter into me. It took a while for me to accept who I was due to religion and limited beliefs and stuff like that. But you got to have a personal relationship with spirit because this is why. I was getting clowned. Or played last night. Okay, it was like, he was worried for what? Okay, so you didn't get that job all those years ago and you just knew the universe was out to get you. Nothing goes your way. Yeah. And this whole time, they were setting me up for success. I took the L. I did. I was like, you know what? I'm winning regardless. So, you know, it was a big funny thing in my dreamscape. Like, you know, they were just clowning me and it's fine. It's fine. It was more of like, quit tripping. I told you to trust. I told you to understand that we got you, that you have nothing to worry about, that this is just a replay of your life. You've already seen your future self, and I have, and that I need to just enjoy the process. So I got the job. Manifestation works. Change your mindset. Change your life. For those who've been following me forever, you know the shit I've been through. And I was in very bitter energy for a long time. And I decided that that wasn't helpful because I was just creating a life of misery and perpetuating being a victim. And woo, almost knocked it over. That would have been another situation. If I would have knocked this over and spilled hot chamomile tea on me, that would have been a sign from spirit saying, maybe we shouldn't record today. Which is my other point. I have another point. So I am learning to flow. I am the type of person who likes routines. My son is home from college, my oldest, so you want to hear things in the background. You may hear him blow his nose. You want to hear planes flying over. We're just going to roll with it, okay? But I think he's playing music on his cell phone right now, and it's going to pick up. I'm learning to not be so strict with my routines. I want to do things at a certain time. I want to do things perfectly. I want things to flow. I want to strategically plan my day. And the universe is like, they just think it's funny. So they just laugh and laugh and laugh. And it's fine. I mean, this is why I chose specific guides to come with me, because I guess I just need to learn to play human school the correct way. And so far, fighting and pushing and making stuff happen is not a vibe. Flowing with spirit, trusting, being in faith, knowing that no weapons formed against you prospers. There's no spirit, there's no energy, there's no shenanigans formed against you that's going to prosper. With that being said, though, you still have to do something. Manifestation requires what? Action. Yeah, I got the job. My life is looking up. Everything is looking much better. I'm not going to chase clients down for life coaching or mentorship or whatever. I've set the intention that if clients want my help, they will come to me. I'm still working on a digital course. Right now, I'm in a transition of moving over to my new job. And then, of course, the new job, when I start then, I'll be training because it's a new job. So I got to start, not starting from the bottom, but, it's relearning everything. And that's going to take some time. So I'm just learning to flow. Yes. Word of the day. Flow. That's what we're doing. We're flowing, right? We're not pushing and pulling. Yes, we're taking the required steps in the action, but we're not micromanaging the creator. We can't micromanage our higher self. They're literally running this avatar. So yeah, that's the vibe right now. So how are y'all doing? Because I'm going to tell you right now, sister girl has been exhausted. I can't even blame the full moon. This has been happening even when I was on vacation. I was just super duper duper exhausted. And then, every time you go on vacation, like I told you, you go on vacation and you have a bigger mess when you come back if no one knows how to do your job. So I've been trying to climb out of that mess. And I think what's happening is if you work a 9-to-5 job, guys, and you have a side hustle, if you don't have correct balance in your life, 9-to-5 will drain the creativity right out of you. And it's unfortunate. And that's what was happening to me. I was so stressed out. I was so worried about the 9-to-5 that it started to affect my creative side to where I don't want to do a blog. I don't want to create a post. I don't want to look at the internet. If I am on the internet, it's one of these things where it's just brainless, real watching. I usually watch or listen to the School of Greatness podcast or Mel Robbins or Makosi or anybody that's, motivational to me. I'll catch them on Instagram and stuff, but it's like lately, to be honest, I have just went into straight Scorpio hermit mode. And if you are a Scorpio or any type of weird water sign, you know what I'm talking about. It's just where you show up and that is all you do. I show up for what I need to show up for and then I'm done. I go to the grocery store if I have to. I'll wash my clothes because I have to. I'll go in public because I have to. But it's like It's something with the energy of your body is just like, yeah, it's a no. Humans, it's a no for me. Human contact, no. Oh, and my landlord doesn't want me to feed birds anymore out my window because they are leaving sunflower seeds. But there's dog shit on the sidewalk. But, we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. But, just little irritations like that. So, I have to get my ass up and I go outside across to the park and feed my squirrels and my birds like I used to. But they're literally pecking at my window now. And they're like, Ma, what's going on? I'm like, it won't let me love you. So, yeah, Sugar Butt, my squirrel, comes to, she's not understanding either. It's like, she's heartbroken again. And I just don't know what to do. So, yeah, that's what's been going on with me. I've just been tired. So what I did today, I was like, why am I feeling so unmotivated? Why? And I don't like scapegoating. I don't own your shit, and I will own my shit when I'm not. But it seems like I want to work over and Word will shut down. It'll keep crashing to where I have to log off. I'm like, oh. And that's what I'm telling you, like, pay attention to synchronicities and signs from the divine that's trying to keep you in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing. And I think that's what happens. We see it as obstacles or blocks or like an energetic attack. It's nothing like that. It's literally a higher self protecting you from your own ridiculousness. You can manifest good or bad depending on your thought process. And this is why I tell you to change your mindset, okay? I had some crazy thoughts pop in my head today, and I told you, the shadow work works. It works because I'll catch it. I go, what kind of subconscious programming? Where did that come from? And it was dealing with my new job. And I just didn't understand why that popped in my head. And it's because years ago, they were worried they weren't going to get paid. Was there enough money in the budget? I mean, it was just ridiculousness. And I was like, oh my God, I wasn't. But this is what popped in my head. What if that happens again with my new job? I'm like, silly, that's impossible. For one, they're not going to get rid of you. I have been with them since 2014. So I'm pretty in there. I'm in there. Okay. And before then, I was a contractor with them in 2010. So I'm fine. But it's the negative thoughts. Now, let's say I truly believed this irrelevant thought that was trying to take root into my subconscious mind to cause a fear and emotion. If I would have just ruminate that shit over and over and over and over in my head, then yes, it would have manifested into my life. And that's what I am talking about. So yes, there are things in my life that I'm manifesting probably, negatively, but deep down it's still for my best good. So when Word crashes and it keeps crashing and it keeps crashing, like the end of the work days happen, but I'm calling myself working over, just wear myself out. And Spirit's like, I said what I said. You were supposed to get off at 3:30 today. What are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm going to work till 8 today. Well, you logged in at 6:30. Why would you do that? You see what I'm saying? So this is when, my higher self takes over, and I appreciate her. But at the time, I don't appreciate it. I'm like, oh my God, it's not Mercury retrograde. Why is this happening? I'm trying to find a scapegoat. I'm trying to blame shit. I'm not perfect. And that's just me working through some things. And I'm still working through things. I am not there. No one has arrived. So everyone makes mistakes. You're still going to have thoughts and certain thought processes that do not align with your highest good. And this is where we step in. And we don't just accept the crap and we're like, hey, let's change that programming, or let's change that story and create a new story. So you have something really bad happen in your life. Plane flying over, guys. You had something really bad happen in your life. Instead of rehearsing it over and over and over again and making yourself a victim, you say something like this. That happened, but I grew from it. It made me stronger. It made me more protective. It made me more of a go-getter. You know what I mean? So yeah. And that's how I see things. It's constantly changing my mind, constantly rewriting the story. Right now, I'm focused on health. I'm battling this program of Crohn's disease. And when I say it's fighting to stay in my life, but then again, I have been told since 1998 that I'm dying. I've had so many surgeries to back that up. And I'm still here for a reason. It means I have a purpose here. I've just been struggling with myself, and I've had so many obstacles, so-called obstacles, and so many delays. I can't seem to, no matter how much I say it over and over again, visualize it, and write it down, it's not working. Okay. I want to start a new exercise regimen. I want to eat better. I want to do this. I am doing that. Like I am starting, I'm fasting. That's doing wonders for me. No, I'm not doing it for fat reasons or anything like that. I'm giving my intestines a break because I only have a little bit of small intestines left, guys. So fasting gives your intestines a break. It gives your digestive system a break. So I'm doing that. It's the exercise thing because I used to wake up at 5 o'clock every morning and work out for 30 minutes, at least 15, if I couldn't get to 30 in. And I just cannot get it together. And I come to the conclusion today, after careful consideration, that Crystal, you are not 20-something anymore. You are not in your 20s. That was 20 years ago. You are 47. You will be 48 in October. So I have to treat myself differently. I got to be more gentle with this vessel. I need to not push myself so freaking hard, especially since I'm out of shape. I get back into working out and I get hit with the Rona bug and I get a Crohn's flare. There's a new thing happening now, guys. I'm getting adult acne. And I know a lot of people told me it's my hormones, but I had a hysterectomy done back in 2004. And I've looked it up and I've looked up the symptoms and I've seen what's going on. And it's literally Crohn's. When I tell you Crohn's is trying to keep a foothold in my freaking life. And now it's manifesting as eczema. It's like my immune system just attacks me instead of protecting me. So I'm setting the intention that my immune system works for me and not against me. And that I'm healing. In my reality, I'm getting better. In my reality, I'm thriving. In my reality, I am healthy. I am strong. I have energy in my reality. And I have to keep saying this no matter how bad it looks. But if you are dealing with adult acne, tell me how are y'all dealing with this shit? Like, I didn't have acne like this as a teenager. Like, why is this happening to me now? So it's not as bad as it was, but it's been horrific. Like, I've never had big, huge, freaking boil-looking things on my face. Like, I have a lot of makeup on, guys, because it's bad. And it's bad enough I have to wear makeup because of circles and whatever, because of pigmentation problems, but because of pimples, but it's a no for me. So, yeah, that's another thing I'm working on. And it's annoying. It's annoying to have a chronic illness. And it's annoying dealing with something, especially when you don't want to accept it and you don't want to go on disability. Not that there's anything wrong with going on disability. There's nothing wrong. I just can't afford it. I can't afford to go on it. So I have to keep going. Like I said, I want to build generational wealth for my children and for my future grandchildren. I don't have no grandchildren yet. And their future generations. I just want to break the generational curse of poverty over my family. With my family. And I've set the intention that I'm going to do that. And I can't do that on disability. And then my doctor always told me he was afraid of me going on disability because he said if I approve you and push for you to go on disability, Crystal, I feel like you're going to give up. And I didn't understand that at the time. I thought he just hated me. And he was right. My doctor was right. Like, he knew me better than I knew myself. I'm thinking him pushing me. He didn't like give me pain medication back in the day. He said, no, because that covers up a symptom. We got to see what's going on with you. If you're in excruciating pain, popping a pill is not going to fix it. There's obviously something really wrong with you. And he was talking about perforations of your bowel and tears and stuff like that. So, yeah, he's right. I'm working on my health. And with the stress from me leaving my job and trying to get everything cleaned up, I'm trying to keep the stress levels down because stress exacerbates this condition. And I'm really working on alleviating this. Like, I am doing the Joe Dispenza meditations. I'm taking all the energy from my digestive system and shooting it out the top of my root chakra. Like, we have all this energy because we are energy, guys. And you have all this energy built up in you. And if you're not using it, you're not creating, you're not expressing yourself, you're not exercising. Like, I work like this all day, right here in my room at my regular job. I'm a remote worker. I'm a homebody. This is a perfect job for someone like me because I am such a hermit. Very blessed. Again, I created this reality. I swear I did. But that's no excuse for you not to get the heck up and walk around the building. Oh, I know it's super duper cold. Still, no excuse to not get up and move, do something. So yeah, Spirit showed me today that I need to work on strength training, low impact, and yoga and stuff like that. I'm wanting to go straight in and do like cardio activity and stuff. And Spirit's like, again, sis, you are 47. They're not lying. And here's to the 1970 generation kids. I'm 75, by the way. 1975, not 70. But I'm just saying the 70s, those who were born. Yo, let me tell you the story. I love Gen Z. I have a lot of Gen Z people following me. They're my babies. My son, my youngest one, full on Gen Z kid. Because my oldest son, he was born in 1995. So he remembers the cordless phones, the phones on the walls. And stuff. I mean, he was part of that generation where, cell phones were switching over and flip phones and stuff like that, pushing buttons and shit. Kevin remembers that stuff. Christian he was born in 2003. Technology is God to them. So, they just cannot even. He was talking about like phones, like real phones. Okay. Not cell phones. The landline phones. Right. And we were talking about, I was telling him when I was little, my mom, all our moms, especially my generation, Gen X, had the phone hanging on the kitchen wall, right? And had the long cord so she could talk and cook and walk around. Sometimes the cord was so damn long, she would walk out of the kitchen and be like, hey, such on the phone, And then he ran and got the phone in another room. And he was like, what? Love him. Kevin's like, yeah, I remember that. And Kristen was like, no way. I was like, yeah. He said, did you have those phones? I was like, oh, yeah, the rotary dials. Yeah, we had those. He was like, oh my God. Like, what did you do if you had to call someone when you were out? Did you have to go all the way home and call people? I said, well, yeah. I said, unless you had money on you, which we hardly ever had money on us when we were kids. I said, payphones? I mean, we didn't have a payphone where I grew up on the hill. So I said, I'd have to walk all the way. If I was all the way down the hill, playing with my friends, and I had to use the phone, I'd either use their parents' phone or I'd have to walk all the way back home. He was just like, he was grossed out. Like, he just could not even, like, he felt sorry for us. And Kevin is shaking his head like, because again, Kevin got to experience old computers, and Kevin got to experience, the cell phone and, the razor phone and all these things. And Christian, I mean, sometimes I think he's playing us. I really do. But then when I see the memes of Gen Z making fun of Gen X and stuff, it's so fucking funny. I told him that one time, I was like, y'all have Google, right? When we were kids, we had, I know this is me just going completely off topic, but I need y'all to hear this. I was like, we had to go to the library because not everybody had those Encyclopedia Britannicas. Remember that shit? All the rich kids had that. I said, we had to go to the library and we had to go look up things and look at encyclopedias. As in half the time, the page we needed for the report was tore out. I hated that. I hated that so freaking much. He said, well, how did you find it? I said, oh, the Dewey Decimal System. He was like, the Dewey what? It's like this index card system that was filed, and we had to do all these numbers, and we had to learn certain numbers and categories to find certain books. He could not even. He was just like, oh my God. I love my pee-pee. Oh, to the future. I'm excited about it. Aren't y'all glad you came back at this time, though? Man, if we had came back, well, all the other lives we've lived, whack. I was sitting in the bathtub, hot bathtub water the other day. And I was like, this is nice compared to what it could be. So yeah, you know, some people have it rougher than we do. And we just need to be grateful. I've come a long way. I told my kids, I said, you know, I grew up sometimes where we didn't have heat and we had to use kerosene heaters. That's not safe, but we had to use them. We've had to boil water on the stove and lots of it to, you know, make a bath. And so, I mean, just, we were raised super poor in the 80s. And that was my dad's fault because he just blew his money on other things. And, you know, utilities would get cut off and you had Reaganomics back then. And we were just super duper, duper, duper poor. So, yeah, very small house. Grew up in a very, very small house. Old house. And I just know what it feels like to struggle. I remember standing in line to get the government cheese and the peanut butter and the powdered milk. I hate it. You know, those white boxes of cereal and everything was like a white box. Remember? Good days. Dad would never get on government assistance, though. He was totally against that and hated people on it. And I just feel like I wish he would have swallowed his dumbass pride and went down there and got some help for us because we wouldn't have suffered as much as, you know, we did. I'm just rambling on because I miss you guys and I miss talking to you. And if you're going through a funk, this is what I want to talk about. So I've been going through just being stuck. Okay. Like I tried to do a podcast. I couldn't write, couldn't create, couldn't do anything. I just felt so drained. And I know a lot of that had to do with my 9 to 5. But then this morning when I woke up, and I woke up super early, I made myself stay in bed. I mean, I woke up before my alarm and purposely did not get up and regretted it. It's ridiculous. I was like, all right, what the heck is going on? I pull out CoStar. I tell you all the time, you know, download the Pattern app and CoStar. CoStar is kind of shady and mean if you can get past that shit. But anyway, you can go into daily updates, click on all of the things, and click on even further. It'll show you the transits, and it will explain to you what's going on. So Pluto, it's got some beef going on right now. My stomach's growling in. It has beef right now with my son. And I think it's some type of squared upness going on. I didn't look deep into it. But that and Uranus, it's beefing with Uranus and my son. That's me. When I say it's beefing, a planet is beefing with me, that's squaring up, you know, like square up. So, yeah. And Pluto is beefing with the sun and the Uranus. One of them's in 2028 is when it ends, and the other one's in 2029. And the whole point of it is to teach me how to accept transitions, which I'm a Scorpio. I do it all the time. Like shit changes in my life all the time. I just got to go with it. If you fight it, it's worse. And learn to flow. I've got to learn to flow. Okay. And I was like, okay, I could do that, Pluto. Zaddy. I could do that. I call Pluto and Saturn Zaddy. I sure do. They're my Zaddies. Anyway. And I was like, yeah, I'm Zaddy. I can do that. But I'm not getting like I'm in my season of abundance. Like I told you guys, on my birthday, October 25th, I made a declaration that is my new season and my new year. And I called it Risen Phoenix. Okay. And since then, my life's just been going. And I'm here for it. And I love it. And I'm excited about it. And I'm going to do this every year. I don't have to wait for a New Year's resolution. My new season, my new year begins on my solar return. So my 48th turn around the sun coming up in October, it'll be a new year for me. So right now, this is the season of abundance, according to the Pattern and CoStar. And this is the season, you know, I got this big promotion, right? I have clients reaching out to me. And I have people wanting to work with me. But I'm standing in my own way. And now I have Pluto doing some things with me. Now, granted, Saturn is being super sweet with me, so that's awesome. Thank you, Saturn. Thank you, Zaddy. But Pluto, man, come on, bro. Come on, I thought we were like this. So yeah, I get it. It's all to help me not be myself and be all critical and judgmental and perfectionist and Scorpio. I get it. But yeah, I've just got to learn to take this energy that the planets are using to develop my character and use it for my good instead of being a victim. Going, the full moon's draining me. Oh, this new moon is just wearing me out. Oh, Saturn hates me. You know, not scapegoating them. I just need assistance from the guides to help me on what the fuck they want me to do. So that's what's been going on with me. I've just been battling myself. I've been hiding. I wasn't going to give up on We Are Magic. I wasn't going to stop this. But I just feel like when I'm going through personal issues, I feel like a hypocrite. Like I don't want to show up and tell you any fucking thing because I feel like it's not right because there's so much fakeness on the internet. I don't want to contribute to that shit. But I did establish this platform to be real and to show you when I'm messing up. That's why I'm saying I got adult acne. I got flare-ups. I got Crohn's trying to, come for my life. I've been petty when it comes to stalling and not getting stuff done. I feel like I've been lazy and unproductive, and I need to just sit the F down and relax and heal and accept the fact, like I said, that I'm not in my 20s. And that it's going to take time for me to get to this level that I feel like I should be at already. That's just not how life works. That's just, it's not how it works. So yes, the manifestations, if what you're doing is not manifesting in your life, don't stop. And then always say this or something better, like your manifestation, but leave it to the universe or something better. Because they know what's best for you. And even that little obstacle thing you may be going through is probably for your bestest and highest good. Okay? Gotta go. Gotta get off of here. I got a gyro waiting on me. I love y'all. Remember, this is We Are Magic and we are one. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.